Hello, this is Nancy Mattox, broadcasting from WYTV in Charlotte. I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas, and the name of the show is Shine Your Light Ministry Radio. I am so excited today to have such a special guest, Miss Jacqui Phillips, an entrepreneur, a TV host, a published author, a celebrity makeup artist, and Stars Behind the Stars is her show. So I'm just so excited. She also has a degree in criminology, so we need to be sure that we're on good terms today. Miss Jacqui, I thank you so much for being on the show and allowing me to interview you. You're such an interesting and amazing person, and I want the world to hear what you're doing. So let's start out, if it's okay. I wanted to talk a little bit about your business purpose first. You say your business purpose is to educate women and men and children in resetting their life skills and teaching love and kindness. That's just one of my most favorite things in the whole world. It's just, I was speaking to someone the other day, and we were talking about the situation in the America and what's happening, and I said, everyone's forgetting that God is love. That's the whole thing, is God is love. So can you elaborate a little bit about your business purpose for us?
Well, hi, Nancy. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor and a privilege to be on your show, and I'm so excited for you. This is amazing. And I have a lot of different email addresses, but one of them says "Shine Your Light" at the end.
I love it.
The Bible, the Bible verse. So I love it. So, well, yes, God is love, and I think that we forget sometimes to put God first. We go about our lives, and lives are busy, and we just get so caught up in life that we forget what we're really here to do. And what we're really here to do is to live our unique divine purpose. And love is the center of everything. So God put, my journey has been very long, and I've had a lot of different things that have happened that have led me to maybe a more direct career path, which I'm on now, but all things lead to where you're going, so there are no mistakes. And my business purpose is to spread love and kindness. So you'll see that in the different brands that I have. So I have the first book that came out, which is The Adventures of Sashi and Bello. It's my children's series. I have 2 more coming out in March. And that is all about teaching kids love and kindness. And the same for Reset. Reset is a book that'll be coming out the end of the spring. And that whole business brand, and it is a business, but the whole plight of it all is, it was a journey, but it's all about love, like finding love in yourself, finding the love for others, even if they do you wrong, finding forgiveness in yourself. Forgiveness equals freedom. And that love will carry you through everything. Love is the most powerful force in the world. It's the center of everything. It's the strongest vibration. And everything going on in the world is crazy and scary and upsetting. And, my books, Sashi and Bello, teach love and kindness for their 2 kids, basically. They're a dog and a cat, but they're 2 kids that are living in a multicultural world, and they're adopted, and they're brothers. But they're family because family is love. Family is not the fact that one's a dog and one's a cat, so it'd be basically like being like maybe white and Japanese, you know what I mean? It's the fact that they're family, so they're love. It doesn't matter what color they are, and in their case, like what breed they are. And I think we forget that. Like inside of us, we're all people that just want to be loved. It doesn't matter if you're, Korean or white or Spanish or black or, whatever you are. We're still like people, and we just want to feel love, and we want people to be nice to us. So I feel like if you emanate that world, and you're kind and you're loving, you touch people and you leave them like that, and then they'll feel the need to carry that vibration through and be like that to others. Jesus was love. He didn't care what you were. He didn't care if you were a kid or a dog or a woman or a man. He just loved you no matter what or who you were. And we forget
Wow,
that,
Jacqui.
you know?
It's so true. It's so true. That's why I'm so excited about my plan to shine your light. It's not about me. It's about everyone that I can come in touch with to allow them to shine your light. And really, that's nothing more than touching people and reaching out and loving people. So I'm so excited to hear you say that. Could you elaborate a little bit more about Reset the book? Is it like your testimony, or is it real? I know it's real talk, it's real life, but elaborate a little bit more about Reset.
So Reset was born, it was really born, I mean, for many years I was writing. It's definitely, I'm sharing my testimony in it, but it's really not my life story or anything. It's basically taking people on a journey to reset their lives, and I explain how I reset mine. You know, reset is about breaking the shackles in your life. You know, we as people have things that happen to us, and we get lost. And for me, I gained a lot of spiritual weight, and that way manifested physically. So I had 2 resets, and I write about it in my book. And both times, like, really horrible things happened, a lot of trauma, and I gained weight, you know, and it was spiritual weight, and you could see it. I mean, you could just see that in me, that I was just sad and depressed and lost. And, but, you know, God always sends you angels, and I had a lot of angels that came in my life, and slowly but surely, you know, you got to do the work. You know, it's not like God sends you an angel and it's like, bam, everything's okay. You know, you wake up and you're good again. I mean, you got to do the work, and the work is hard. But Reset is a book, and it's about 6 categories. And those categories are relationships, your finance, emotions, faith, fitness and health, and appearance. And I talk about all those different categories and how I reset all of them. And not everybody needs a reset in every category. You know, I just happen to. I would have just been a little more lost than some other people. But I go through just different, you know, what experts, you know, say to do, different stories, things that happened to me, how I did it. I just want to, the book is just about encouraging people to have the courage to reset their life. Because there's always something in your life maybe you're not happy about, and you could be doing better. And it seems like in America especially, a lot of it is our health and the way we treat our bodies. And we forget, you know, our body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. So what we put in it is how we feel. And when I talk to the kids, you know, when I read my books to the kids, I'll say, you know, eat good, feel good, look good. And looking good doesn't mean you have to be skinny or fat, but you look good because you feel good, and you can see that light in somebody. Do you know what I mean? So Reset is coming out the end of spring. But, you know, God had so many different plans for this. And as I was writing, I was like, this is crazy. You know, the stuff that was just coming out of me, like, yes, I lived it. And yes, I could speak and articulate it till the cows come home, you know, because it was my journey. And I understand it, obviously. But there were things I wrote that I didn't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, there were Bible scriptures I wrote. There were illustrations I drew of Bible scriptures that I didn't know. And then after the fact, I would learn it. Or, like, in one instance, someone gave me a book of this psalm. And I was at TBN hosting one day, and I was interviewing this woman, and we were in the green room after the show, and her friend that came with her was like, Jacqui, I really believe you need this book. You're walking in a new season of your life. You need protection. Read this book. It's a very, very powerful psalm. And I was like, okay. And I had never heard of it, you know. And in the book is this, you know, these words that say, like, God will protect you from the fires and the arrows, and you'll have a shield. And I drew that illustration and I wrote it. I mean, like maybe 8 months prior to that. So it was in my book. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm a testimony to what God does in your life. And I always say, like, if you don't believe or if you have question, like, you can look at me because I am that testimony. Like, I'm not saying I'm like this perfect person because I'm not. I'm a normal girl, you know, just trying to do good in the world. And, you know, and obviously I take my faith very seriously and my walk more seriously now than before because I'm not lost anymore. You know,
Wow.
I always had faith. Like, I don't want people to think I didn't and now I do. You know, I grew up Catholic. Like, I always go to church, always did. But obviously you have times in your life that maybe you're more or less, you know, in anything, right? But now I'm definitely, you know, walking the walk. And the book led me to that. So in the Reset book, I talk about, like, the journey I was on was always inside of me all along. I just needed to go through all those things to understand, like, to have that open space to allow it in a different way. You know,
What, Miss Jacqui, God is really speaking through you. And isn't it amazing when we finally realize that God's using us,
yeah,
using everything we've been through, so we can shine the light and let other people know, and they don't quite understand sometimes that God is speaking through us. But when they read your book and they hear you talk, they'll know, because everybody, I mean, you can't, it has to be done. It's what you do. So that's so exciting.
You can't question it. You know, like, so for instance, I was asked to do a Reset radio show. I was asked to do a radio show, and I said, well, I'd like to do it. I'd like to name it Reset because it's what my book's about, and I think people need help. You know, whatever religion you are, I really don't care. You know what I mean? When you read my book, I want you to just hear the voice of God, find the voice of God, and just live what you're supposed to do on this earth. You know, help others. Be your best self, because if you're not your best self, you're not going to be any good to anyone else. You know, at least try to achieve that, right? Try to be as good as you can be. So anyway, I started the radio show, and then I had reached out to my friend, who's now my co-host and partner, Sifu, and one thing led to another, and we realized we were trying to work together 3 years ago. We were going to do another show, which I'm not going to say the name of it because you never know, and we still have the domain. But I kept saying to him, I wasn't ready to work with you yet. You might have been ready, but I wasn't ready. And that's another thing, like, which we should realize, like, God does have timing. And, like, I'm very impatient. Like, I want everything yesterday. And John Lupo could tell you that, my dear friend who's my Bible teacher, John and Chris. I give Chris shout outs a lot on the show, because she, you know, she's our director, but on the Facebook Live show that we do. But you know, it is all in God's timing, and we do have to be ready. So sometimes we have to go through all these processes, all these resets, in order to be ready for what He has in store for us too. Because if we're not ready, which I wasn't 3 years ago, I would have failed, and then I might have lost that opportunity. Where now I'm ready to do all this because I've lived it. I've reset, I understand, I've educated myself, and I've done the work. You know what I mean? So I'm in a different place now.
Well, tell us a little bit more about the radio show Reset, and you know, when it's aired, what it's about, what you've done so far. I know I've listened to a lot of the recordings of the show, which was phenomenal. So it's very, very exciting. So tell us a little bit more about the radio show.
So Reset is on Power 91.1 FM, WTYJ. It's aired internationally. My co-host is Sifu Karl Romain. He's my partner and co-host. And we have the Reset Facebook Live show too that we do. But on the Reset radio show, we interview different experts, different people, different celebrities about their resets and their advice to reset, different things. So for instance, this week, which is airing tonight, is Barry Fowler, who is the founder and chairman of the Sylvan, well, he's the former chairman of the Sylvan Institute. He started the Sylvan Institutes all over the world. And now he has the Fowler Association of Coaching. So he, has a school where he creates all these, helps people become life coaches and master coaches. So Sifu is a master coach for the Fowler Institute. And he has really just taken the show to another level because he has a different background than I do. So it's a very nice dance, because he'll ask a question that I wouldn't, because I think I tend to ask more emotional questions. And he asks more, like coaching questions. But so we've had Barry Fowler on, which was amazing because he is a very smart man. And I feel like he's a Renaissance man because he started things that didn't exist for the marketplace that were so needed in education, Then we just interviewed this week, which will air, I think, next week, Donovan Green, who is Dr. Oz's personal trainer. He's a really famous coach and personal trainer, kickboxer. He's like an amazing ball of energy and just brilliant in the nutritional space and in the fitness space. And that was really fun and really interesting. And him and Sifu are both, they go way back. So it's always fun when you see like people that are friends, because it was a different kind of interview,
Wow, goodness.
But we have a lot of really great people lined up, which is like so fun. And I'm just like so thrilled to have this opportunity to share this kind of message with others and to educate people too. I mean, I always learn something as I'm doing the show. Donovan is a vegan. And so I learned a lot about different forms of protein that you can take and, different exercises. He did some chair exercises with us. And I don't know, it's been like so much fun. So much fun. Yeah.
Well, it sure is. And I'm experiencing that too. I'm a newbie at interviewing people, but I'm really enjoying it. I learned so much from everyone. Also, you said the book Reset wouldn't be out until the spring, but yet you started the radio show Reset. Is it a prelude to the book release, or how does that work? How do you do a radio show about a book that's not released yet?
That's totally all God. Everything, a lot of the things that are happening, I am just in awe of, and I'm just going with it. Like I always say to Sifu, I'm like, I'm just going by the seat of my pants right now because, like, obviously I know what I'm doing. I've been in entertainment a long time, but a lot of this stuff is new for me, and I've worked really hard to get to this moment, but I didn't see a lot of these moments. Do you know what I mean? Like, I never thought I would have a radio show. I never thought I would actually even write a book. And I certainly never thought I would write all these kids' books.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Can we switch a little bit now and go to the Adventures of Stushy and Bello and talk a little bit about that? What inspired you to write that book, and a little bit more about what the series is going to be about. I know you talk a little bit about you're going to have a book on bullying, which really interests me. Grandsons, and they're somewhat timid, and I worry about them being bullied because they're kind of like they're not leaders, they're followers, and it worries me. So those kind of things, I worry a lot about. So tell us a little bit more about the Adventures of Stushy and Bello, and because I'm really excited about that.
Well, Stushy and Bello are two characters that are my real life pets that I created, and they're really alive in my heart. I could write all day long about them. I have so many books I've written already. Like I said, 3 will be out by March. I also have coloring books, Kindle books. The first of the series is in Spanish also. But Stushy and Bello, like I said earlier, but I'll say it again in case you're just joining us. They are 2 brothers that are on these adventures, and they're celebrating their uniqueness in a multicultural world, and they teach love and kindness to everyone. everyone they touch. In regards to the bullying, the new book that's coming out, I'm debuting it. A couple of the readings I'm doing the end of the month, early March for Dr. Seuss Read Across America. It's called Stinky Teeth. And Stinky Teeth is about a little boy named Stinkers, and he does get bullied, but the kids just aren't nice to him. And this is really my prelude into talking about bullying. The book's not really about bullying. I talk a little bit about it in the book. We will be doing another book about bullying, as the central focus. But Stinkers is a little boy that stinks, and nobody is nice to him. And Sashi and Bello they befriend him and they help him, and it's all about the adventure of them making stinkers into not the stinkers anymore. And it's really cute, but it teaches about the importance of hygiene. It teaches the importance of brushing your teeth really good. But the most important is it teaches kids to be nice to other kids and to have kindness and love for them, and to kind of think of where that kid's coming from before you judge them and bully them, So their plate in life is really to spread love and kindness. And, yesterday for our show Reset You Today, we went on set with Chelsea Warner, who is a Special Olympics 4-time winner and 2-time world champion. And she's very unique. She beat all the odds. She is definitely the definition of love and kindness. I felt meeting her yesterday I met a real angel that's among us in the world, And the thing is, and this is it was so amazing. I was telling her mother, Lisa, I can't believe that I'm meeting you and, writing these books, and everything is so aligned, and the reset is so aligned because all we want to do is spread love and kindness. And, Chelsea may not say much. She has Down syndrome, but she's so smart and she's so talented. And, she's a really good gymnast. I mean, obviously she's a world champion, but she does things that they told her that she would never do. And so that is really the message I'm trying to give to people and, adults and children. If you work hard enough, you will get what your goal is. It's not always your desired goal sometimes, which I've had to learn, because God may have a totally different plan for you, but that plan is always better, So the bottom line is Stashi and Bella were created for my show Stars Behind the Stars. That was the original purpose for them. That show has been a work in progress. I still don't have a home for it. I have some things cooking, but I'm just not sure what we're doing yet. So what happened was a year ago in December, I was in Texas working with my publisher for Reset, Wendy Walters, who I love and adore. And she took me to church she goes to the Gateway Church in Dallas. And she's like, I just want you to come in the bookstore and see all the possibilities that exist in an author. And so she took me and she showed me books that they've published, that she's written, that she's helped people with, editing or co-writing or whatever. I mean, she must have shown me 50 books. I'm not even kidding you. And she made me think if I could do one book, which I really wasn't sure I could, because that initial meeting was just us putting the manuscript together and spending the weekend of could I do this? And it was pretty clear within the first hour, this is definitely a book for it. But I left that church. My head was spinning. The next day I get on the plane and it just hit me. I'm I need to write. I need Stashi and Bella to be children's books. Obviously I created them. It took me a year to do those sketches, to get it right. Different illustrators. I mean, if you saw the beginning, it looked crazy. And I thought, this needs to be a children's book. So anyway, here we are. December was a year. My book came out in November. So it was 11 months till the moment I had that idea that book got published. God sent so many angels to help me. People that I never had met before helped me get that book to market for free. My friend Lauren Spintoza, I will talk about him until the day I die. If it wasn't for him, that children's book would not have gotten published. He just went beyond the call of duty. We would stay up till 1 a.m. on the phone, on the computer, tweaking things. You know, he just did it to be nice. But anyway, and we're trying to get the Kirby and Quigley law out. That's part of my book. Share that message. Very important message, Kirby and Quigley law. And anyway, so I was so upset about Stars not happening because it took so many years, right? I've been working on it so many years. And I had the characters, we did the book, and then I realized it was because, like, I'm going to touch so many more lives. Well, God will touch more lives through me with these books. And all children can read. You know, we're doing so many things. Like, the one thing I'm doing is the Sashi and Bello I Love to Read initiative. So we're giving books to children's hospitals and pediatric farms, so every child will have a chance to read the book. We're going to be sharing them with schools. It's a really big initiative we're coming out with. So if everything would have went the way I thought it was supposed to go, these would never be books. I would never be doing an I Love to Read initiative. Maybe kids would never even really know about them because they would have been on a TV show. Where now it's just this whole other dynamic purpose that I never saw. You know what I mean? And then one thing keeps leading me to the other thing, to the other thing. And so I realized, like, God had such a different purpose than I saw. And had I given up, we wouldn't be here. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. I'm a single girl. I've never been married. I have no children. And I'm a girly girl, obviously. And I'm writing about 2 little boys. So if that's not God, I don't know.
Absolutely. You know, it is God.
I know.
Well, I just...
People like, please, give me strength. Like, really.
I'd like to let our listeners, if you're just joining in, you're on Shine Your Light Radio Ministry on WYTV 7 in Charlotte, and I'm broadcasting from Little Rock. And Miss Jacqui Phillips is our special guest today, and I'm so happy that she agreed to come on. She's in New York. So anyway, Jacqui, we're going to have to wrap it up, and I have so many more questions for you, but I'm going to have to wrap it up. So I'd really like for you to let me know a little bit about your reset retreats and your book tour, if you wouldn't mind, because that's going to be important for people to find out where you're going to be so they can come to you.
Well, they can right now. They can follow us. We have a Reset You Today Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and it's Reset You, the letter U today. We've just launched everything. Our YouTube channel has all our videos. That has a radio show, our Facebook Live show, and other interviews we do. And then we'll be announcing where we're going to be doing the book tour, where we'll be doing retreats. We're working on that all right now as we speak. But we have some amazing people that are joining us, that have asked us to do things that we said, do this with us. So it's like really exciting. And again, nothing I ever saw. So like everything that's happening, I'm just like, yes, I've worked very hard, but if you allow God in your life, you just never know what he'll do in it. And
that's absolutely so true. Wow. And also, I'd like for you to give us some more of your contact information, if you don't mind, so people will know how to reach you and hook up with you.
Okay. Well, my name is Jacqui Phillips, and I spell it Jacqui, Phillips, Phillips. And you can find me, if you personally, all my like my Instagram, Twitter, it's Jacqui J. Phillips. You can look me up on Facebook. I have a regular page and a fan page, and then I have the reset pages. So like I can be found, and my website is jacquiphillips.tv, my personal website. And we have a website that is launching. It'll be with the Stars Behind the Stars as well, because they are like, you know, two things that we are doing, you know, together. But it's resetyoutoday.com. So okay. That's really it. But I'm easy to find. And I'm on every Thursday night on 91.1 WTYJ. Sifu and I on our show Reset. And our Facebook Live show Reset You Today, they're both Reset You Today, is on 10 p.m. on Thursdays. Right now, we're in a 6-week transformation with Diane Carbo. And let me repeat that. It's 9 p.m. for the Facebook Live show and 10 p.m. for the radio show. I'm trying to hurry and I screwed up on it.
Thank you, Jacqui.
But we're taking Diane through a 6-week transformation, and it has been so amazing to watch her. I'm so proud of her. And anyone that really needs encouragement should join and just like watch her or join the program, Sifu's programs, Transformation U. It really is, you know, for me, I'm the moderator, you know, I'm the host watching all this, taking you through the journey. So I'm not in their coaching sessions. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. So every week I get to see her and I see the change, and it's real. You know what I mean? So I am just so encouraged and so inspired by all this. And we have our next starting sometime in March. You know, we'll be finishing in the next couple of weeks with Diane. But I encourage people to just reset their lives and take a chance on themselves, because they will not regret it. It just, you know, do the work because it's worth it. You know, I'm a testimony of it. So.
Wow, you sure are. And Miss Jacqui, I appreciate you so much today for being on my show. It is an honor, and I'm so excited for you. I wish you well in all of your ventures, and I know God's going to be with you all the way, and God's going to help you shine your light, and it's going to in turn help so many people with everyday problems. So I'm so excited to have you, and I thank you so very much. And again, this is Shine Your Light Radio Ministry on WYTV Charlotte. I'm broadcasting from Little Rock, and Miss Jacqui, my special guest, is in New York. So thank you so much, and it was a pleasure. See y'all next time.
Yeah.